Welcome to this channel which enlightens you how silence solves problems without a word. Your silence can solve problems that you are trying to solve with the verbal battle. You can create a place for you in someone's heart if you really know how to be quiet. In a professional world, your silence and your ability to listen can make you far more confident and credible. In planning and policy, a wicked problem is a problem that is difficult or impossible to solve because of incomplete, contradictory, and changing requirements that are often difficult to recognize. Can silence solve problems? Silence allows you to connect with your emotions. It offers the space to process feelings and gain a deep understanding of yourself. This emotional awareness can lead to greater emotional stability and resilience in the face of life's challenges. So, whether it is to improve your life personally or professionally, silence can prove to be an excellent problem solver in ways that words sometimes cannot be. Building relationships. Mercy and Edward have been married for the last 10 years. Love and grievances have commingled in their relationship, leading to occasional fights. They almost always know what the other person is going to say, so they presume each other's reaction and lash out accordingly. What happens then? No one listens. They both talk and walk out frustrated. Edward considered a change in this routine. He decided to let Mercy speak and to be silent, to intently listen to her. Sure, there were many times when he wanted to lash out, but instead, he consciously stayed quiet. He tried to learn and understand what she was mad about just for one day. It took a lot of patience, but certain things came to him as a surprise. There were many things that actually made sense. So, the next time a disagreement arose, he consciously corrected himself where he felt justified. From there, the relationship changed. Mercy noticed changes in him and felt the urge to change for him. The magic of silence, even after 10 years, made a beautiful transformation possible for them and their relationship. Silence can solve problems in a multitude of other ways in relationships. For example, if your best friend is rude to you, ask him or her why, and then be silent and listen while keeping an open mind. As a parent, you are not getting through to your teenager child. Stop preaching. Be silent and listen to your kid. Your child may surprise you with his or her insights. Your quiet girlfriend or boyfriend might have things to tell you that you will hear only if you stop talking and create the space for their words to come into play. Be silent and spend time with yourself. There are things that you probably need to tell yourself, but they often get lost in the humdrum of life. Try it once. Even one day can make a difference. Your silence can solve problems that you might have in your relationship with other people or your relationship with yourself that have been achieved for years and decades. The professional world inducing deliberate silence. Inducing silence is a technique often used by killer negotiators. Most conversationalists and deal makers know this trick. Let's say you need to convince your boss on a slightly unfair proposal. You walk into your boss' office with a proposal to extend the Christmas holidays by 2 days for all members on staff. Sure enough, he or she outright refuses. Potential reasons: it might not be in their power. They might have some urgent job to complete before the holidays, or worse, they might not care much about his people. So, let's say you assume that he does not care for his people. You start speaking right away, trying to explain how desperately people need the additional days, given the pressure of the last quarter. Well, your boss knows that, and the reason for this refusal is grave. What happens then? An obvious confrontation, passive or aggressive. Finally, you walk out feeling disgusted and, most importantly, having failed to convince him or her of what you initially wanted for you and your co-workers. How balanced is your life? Assess how balanced your life is with our time, life self-assessment, and get a customized report for free. You will find out your time management strengths uncover hidden opportunities, and shape your life on your terms. In this scenario, much more successful, largely in part because of including silence. You expected resistance, but you did not presume anything. You did not lash out. Rather, you used silence to your advantage. You understood the problem and worked around it. In the end, you placed a solution that benefits everyone in the bargain. A fair solution that also made sense to your boss, and that is why they accepted it. Silence can solve problems in a multifaceted ways. Silence can solve problems in several additional ways in the professional world. If you are facing an interview board and you are completely charged up and ready to answer every question, be silent, listen intently, and understand the question first. Your answers will sound professional, and the board will be impressed by your pause and grip because you took time to listen and really think out the words that you say. If your colleague is instructing you over something routine that you have done a number of times and you do not need instructions to, do not be impatient, just listen. You might find new information and new ways to do things. Silence can solve problems if you simply know how to listen and keep an open mind. This is how silence can solve problems, which is far from anything words can do by themselves. A negotiator needs to build a bond with the person on the other side and show them a way that makes sense to the other person as well. Hey good people, kindly consider subscribing if you find this information useful.